though. You're right. All right. I won't tell you what he said. I won't tell you what he said. It wasn't nice. Okay. Here is a bald gentleman that looks somewhat like me without the cool soul patch. And obviously probably doesn't have the charisma I have. Let's just be honest. But has quite a huge following. So I am completely incorrect on that. In fact, I am a lowly peasant. This man has 8 million subscribers. His name is Jerry. Jerry, first off, touche, good sir. Touche. You've, by my own observations, you have thwarted me. You literally have owned me. And through my own self, I have owned myself just using powers of observation. You, sir, have much more swagger. You have much more charisma. And yet, for some reason, I feel like I have more. And that's just the narcissist in me. So let's see here. Finally, a solar-powered car that never needs to charge. My experience, solar-powered vehicles look really shitty. I remember in science class trying to build a solar-powered car. It cost way too much. It was ugly as sin, and it only half worked. Thank you. I would like to thank my 6th and 7th grade teacher in science, Mr. Dorkoff. That was actually his name. He liked to be called Mr. D. I mean, for obvious reasons. But thank you, Mr. D. I always used to call him Dorkoff, though, and piss him off. So thank you, Mr. Dorkoff. Thank you. Mr. Dorkoff taught me all there is to know about solar power, solar batteries, solar cars. And from my very, very extensive technological knowledge in this genre, if you will, I can tell you that most solar power cars look horribly ugly. Now, let's see what progress has brought us in the past, say, 30 years. It's been a good 30 years since I dabbled in this industry. Let's see how far we've come in 30 years, shall we? Let's do this, Jerry. Show us your dazzling personality.
There's a cool little loophole in physics where with the right weight and the right aerodynamics, you can have an electric vehicle with 1,000 miles
Holy
of range
shit.
that...
Okay, that looks cool. Okay, let's hear it for this car, because that looks much cooler than mine in 7th grade. Good job, Jerry. Fucking A, you blew my science project right out of the water. God damn. My dad in heaven. I'm sorry, Dad. We tried, Dad. We didn't get anywhere near this, did we, Dad? Goddamn Jerry. Look at him pointing at himself. Oh, no, he's not pointing at himself. He thinks he's so fucking cool. He is. He's got 8 million subscribers. This man's cool. He's showing us a solar-powered car. Beat the shit out of my science project, making me feel less than I am right now. God damn it, Jerry. God damn it.
never needs to be plugged in. Probably one of the coolest EVs that I've ever seen. It's the one glitch in physics that they don't want you to know about. Let's get started.
Last intro. Everything's cool here. Goddamn, Jerry's so fucking
Behind
cool.
me is the three-wheeled, solar-powered Aptera Autocycle. Not quite a motorcycle, and not quite a regular vehicle either. Today we have this vehicle, which is an alpha production unit, and we have this one, which is a beta production unit, which has the full suspension ready to go on this test track here in California.
This is the first time I'm choosing the alpha over the beta. Just saying, like, gotta go with the alpha model. Usually the beta model's got a better thing going on. In this case, the beta looks like alpha. Just saying. I mean, the alpha, whew, this alpha version, holy shit, coming off hot the presses, man. This thing's on fire.
This is a first look at the Aptera, so we'll get the outside aesthetics from the alpha and how everything works from the inside with the beta. Let's take a look at alpha first. The very first thing you'll notice about this car is that it only has 3 wheels, 2 in...
I don't like it. I don't like it. What are those little personal vehicles on the road with the 2 wheels up front and the wheel in the back? I don't get these things. What is it? It's called a Polaris. Aren't they called Polaris? I can't remember the name. It's a company name. And they have like 2 wheels up front, 1 wheel in the back. I never trust them. I can't trust them, man. I just feel like the thing's going to tip over at any point. I would never ride in one, man.
In the front, 1 in the back, and it's also covered in solar panels. The solar panels can provide an additional 40 miles worth of range every single day, which is rather convenient since the average commute for someone here in the USA is only 30 miles. So in reality, you could own a vehicle that never needs to be plugged in ever as long as the sun is shining, which should be good for another few billion years. Even though there are solar panels on the top that allow it to be charged up with the sun, it can be plugged into a regular 110 outlet to get 150 miles of range replenishment overnight, or it can charge up using any DC fast charging network, including Tesla's. One of the ways the Aptera is so efficient is each of the 3 wheels has a motor inside of it. Now we can see that better on this version right here. They're actually hub motors. You have the 3 AC lines running up inside of the hub, as well as coolant lines, those are the black ones up top, to keep everything cool. Aptera knew I was coming, so we have everything here on display, which is great. Each of the motors has their own inverter. You can see the DC lines going back, and there's a battery which sits underneath the driver compartment right here. Most of the weight of the Aptera is going to be here in the front for efficiency. I do think though that the rear wheel is pretty fascinating. Coming over here to the back side, you can see that it's a single side swing arm, kind of like what you would see on a motorcycle. Coming over here to the inside driver's seat. Doors spin up to the top. We'll be driving here in a second. We have 7 feet worth of storage space back.
God damn, this is insane, man. How far we've come. This is insanity. I don't like the looks of it. I don't like the aesthetics of it. You know, personally, I see these smaller vehicles and I think, man, this thing's gonna look like a crunched up Pringle can by the time it gets in an accident. Like, I need to make sure I'm like in a large vehicle. You know, I got to have like a large vehicle so that like if something were to happen, I know that it's going to be able to handle some shit. You know what I mean? Like, you get one of these things and it's like, whoo, the only time I want to get in something that like kind of might be like a Pringle can that crunches on itself in an accident is like a Ferrari. Then I'll take the risk. You know, I will take the risk for driving in the Ferrari. I will do that. But not so much the Aptera here. I love the technology. I love what I'm seeing. But I wouldn't do it. Like, I would take the risk for Ferrari, though. I would take the risk for Ferrari.
Here, which is 32 cubic feet worth of storage in the rear. There is no front trunk at the moment. And then
Backspace says, I feel like this would break in half if I sat down too hard, and my fat ass would definitely break this in a heartbeat. Like, I would sit in this and it'd be like, whoo, whoo, like half would fall off and nobody would know what to do. Like, oh shit, guy is eating. Guy's out of control. Put down the sandwich.
And you can see the passenger door also folds up like a wing. Pretty cozy.
I mean, I got this fat for a reason. I make great sandwiches, okay? I can't fucking help myself. They're so good. I'm such a fucking good sandwich maker. You don't even understand. Watch out, my sandwiches are professional now.
It's always a little nerve-wracking when they let you take a one-of-the-kind prototype vehicle.
How you doing, Diva?
Out on my own for a test drive.
It's so good to see you.
This thing feels crazy. So I'm about 6 feet tall and I'm a little cozy, but I'm told that this is an alpha prototype, meaning it's one of their first ones, and the final version is going to have a little more headroom.
You hear all that shaking in the cabin? I can't have that in any alpha. Sorry, but like, I need a peaceful, silent ride. The inside cabin's got to be devoid of any noises. I don't want no creaks or moans. Or the other day I just got this Jeep here. I've been making this Jeep's killing me. And my leather seats, it's a faux leather or something. I don't think they're actually leather, but you sit down on it and the seat hits the interior part of the plastic, you know, like the midsection where your cup holders are, and the thing that goes back that you can put shit inside of it. You know what I'm saying? That middle piece, right? And my cushion on my seat was like rubbing up against it. It was like, It's a terrible sound. It's a terrible sound. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that sound when you're driving. And I'm like, damn, I'm going to take this Jeep in and trade it in for something. I can't believe it. And I named it Jezebel. We had a huge contest here. Trust me. You know, I put love in my cars. I name all my cars. It puts another 3 years of life on them. Don't even get me started on that conversation, okay? Name your vehicles. Name your vehicles. 3-year extension in its life. Trust me. Scientifically proven. Name your vehicles. I want to hear the name of your vehicles right now. If you have named your vehicle, I want to see what you have named your vehicle right now. If you have not named your vehicle and you have watched the naming contest here and you've been part of the whole naming fucking speech and you still haven't named your vehicle, I got one word for you. Shame.
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 Shame. Shame.
Fingers wife named their Jeep Mad Dog. It's not just Jeeps, it's any car. Oh God, Nate, that's horrible. A drunk driver totaled my car while it was parked on the side of the road in the middle of the night once. Nate, Jesus, that's a horrible story. I'm glad nobody was hurt. That's terrible. Get an Uber. Like in this world today, dude, like I don't even understand how people like are driving around drunk. That's ridiculous. Like just get a fucking Uber or something. It's crazy. Why even take the risk? It doesn't even make sense. People driving around that way in today's age makes no fucking sense. It's craziness. Let's see here. Oh, let's go. We got to name your vehicle. 200,000 miles, no name. It's an 02 Silverado. We're naming it right now for you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. Silverado. What color is it? Do you know? 2002 Silverado. Let's see. Here we go. All right. I'm feeling Henry. I'm feeling like Henry or Hank. Green and tan. Oh, shit. You went green and tan mode? It's got to be a Henry or a Hank, dude. I mean, like, what would we say? What would we say for Let's Go's fucking truck here? Like, oh, Hank is a truck and he's an older truck. He's got 200,000 miles. I'm working with the song. I'm working with it right now. I got nothing rhymes right now. I'm just kind of humming it up. It's Hank. Hank. Like Hank or Henry. It's got to be one or the other. Spencer's a good one. Spencer, it could be the Jim. Jim the reliable. Oh, Jim the reliable. Or something like that. Yeah, right. No, you can't name it Daniel Day-Lewis. Backspace. That is not. No. Is it a method acting truck? It's trying. Okay, that's a joke. I was going somewhere with that one. Hank. I think it's Hank. Let's go. You got to name it Hank now. That's the name. You're welcome. See what happens here? We just added 3 years to the lifespan of Hank.
I'm in a fountain.
Goddamn Hank. God damn it. Goddamn Hank. 200,000 miles, man. 200,000 miles. This man, this fucking Silverado, this Hank, beast of a truck. Hank Silverado.
And a little more space inside of the cabin. This is a fun little car.
You hear all that jittering in the cabin?
You would think that since it only
that.
has 3 wheels, it would feel unstable or rocky. But I can't tell the difference between this and...
Listen, technological wonder, pretty fucking awesome. I completely ruined it for science nerds across the world. They're like, man, I'm never watching another tech video from this motherfucker again. He cannot shut up. We didn't watch you anyway. Welcome to DG360 for those that stayed. Seems like you have taste. It seems like you have taste. Awesome. I would never ride it. Not yet. It has to be better than this. It has to be better than the Alpha. Come back to me when you've upgraded this Alpha. Come back to me when you've upgraded the Alpha. No cabin noises. No fucking cabin noises. Maybe an extra wheel. Maybe 4 wheels. I don't know about the 3-wheel thing. Okay. Then we talk. Then we can talk. Then I will sit there and I'll shut up and I'll watch the video. Otherwise, I'd rather be watching a video about a fucking Ferrari right now or Lamborghini. Just saying.